Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Anuja Kumar with the news at 9. The headlines. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India needs to break free from narrow views of past to achieve heights of success. Takes part in Veer Bal Diwas event in New Delhi. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya urges doctors to provide accurate information on COVID-19 to allay fears of public and prevent infodemic. Government says animation, visual effects, gaming and comic sector to provide employment to over 20 lakh people in next 10 years. Pushpa Kamal Dahal takes oath as Prime Minister of Nepal. IMD predicts severe cold wave conditions to continue in northern India till Thursday. And pugilist Nikhat Zareen wins maiden women's national boxing championships title in Bhopal. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has emphasized the need for India to get free from the narrow interpretation of the past to take the country to the heights of success. Mr. Modi was speaking at a historic program marking the first Veer Bal Diwas at Major Dhyan Chand National Stadium in New Delhi today. On the 9th of January earlier this year, on Prakash Purab of Sri Guru Gobind Singh, the Prime Minister had announced that 26th December will be observed as Veer Bal Diwas to mark the martyrdom of Sri Guru Gobind Singh's sons, Sahibzadas Baba Zorawar Singh and Baba Fateh Singh. Addressing the gathering, Mr. Modi said the country has taken the pledge of removing all traces of slave mentality in the Azadi Ka Amrit Kaal. He said the new India is correcting the mistakes of the bygone decades by restoring its long-lost legacy.
जिस देश की विरासत ऐसी हो, जिसका इतिहास ऐसा हो, उसमें स्वाभाविक रूप से स्वाभिमान और आत्मविश्वास कूट कूट कर भरा होना चाहिए। अगर हमें भारत को भविष्य में सफलता के शिखरों तक ले जाना है, तो हमें अतीत के संकुचित नजरियों से भी आजाद होना पड़ेगा।
The Prime Minister said the future of India's coming generations will depend upon their source of inspiration.
धर्म और भक्ति की बात करते हैं तो भक्तराज प्रहलाद को याद करते हैं। हम धैर्य और विवेक की बात करते हैं तो बालक ध्रुव का उदाहरण देते हैं। यमराज को भी अपने तप से प्रभावित कर लेने वाले नचिकेता को भी नमन करते हैं। हम बाल राम के ज्ञान से लेकर उनके शौर्य तक हम पग पग पर आदर्श देखते हैं। प्रभु राम के बेटे लवकुश की कहानी भी हर माँ अपने बच्चों को सुनाती है।
Mr. Modi said Veer Bal Diwas will empower Indians to take pride in their identity. The Prime Minister urged the youth of the country to take inspiration from the history and work collectively towards its development. During the program today, the Prime Minister attended a Shabad Kirtan performed by about 300 Bal Kirtanis. He also flagged off a march past by about 3,000 children in the national capital on the occasion. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya has urged medical professionals to join the fight against COVID-19 by providing accurate information to allay fears of public and prevent an infodemic. Dr. Mandaviya said this while virtually interacting with about 100 doctors from across the country and with the members of Indian Medical Association IMA today in the wake of rise in COVID cases globally. The minister emphasized on adherence to test, track, treat, vaccinate, the COVID-appropriate behavior and uptake of precaution doses for the vulnerable groups. He expressed confidence that doctors would continue to work dedicatedly in this fight as they have been doing till now. Talking about the mock drills to be held at all health facilities across the country tomorrow, Dr. Mandaviya said such exercises will ensure operational readiness of these health facilities. He said it will consequently strengthen our public health response. Meanwhile, India has started random COVID-19 testing at various airports across the country. The Union Health Minister informed this in a tweet. In our bilingual live phone-in program Public Speak tonight, we will bring you a discussion on facts and precautions related to COVID with Dr. Veer Bal, Member Health, Niti Aayog and Chairman of National Expert Group on Vaccination Administration for COVID-19. Listeners can ask questions to the expert from 9:30 p.m. onwards on telephone number 011 2371 7106 and 011 2331 4444. You can also post your queries on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts by hashtag AskAIR. This live program can be heard on FM Gold channel and additional frequencies. China has not shared hospitalization data with the World Health Organization or WHO for the last 2 weeks as millions of people in the country are getting infected daily. The COVID tsunami has swept the entire country after authorities haphazardly abandoned its zero COVID controls earlier this month. WHO spokesperson told Prasar Bharati's Beijing correspondent that hospitals are swarmed with COVID-19 patients and ICU beds, which are already minuscule for world's largest population, remain full, keeping patients waiting for days. The hospitalization data is crucial for better understanding of the current COVID situation in China, like exact reasons for hospitalization, severity of symptoms and profile of patient. The Centre for Economics and Business Research, CEBR, a British consultancy, has said India will become the third largest economy by 2037 from the current fifth spot. In its annual World Economic League table, the CEBR said over the next 5 years, India's annual rate of GDP growth is expected to average 6.4%, after which growth is expected to average 6.5% in the subsequent 9 years. It said, on the other hand, the global economy will face recession in 2023, mainly due to rises in interest rates by the central banks to arrest higher inflation. The government has said that the animation, visual effects, gaming and comic AVGC sector has the potential to provide employment to over 20 lakh people in the coming 10 years. It is expected that the sector will witness 16 to 17% growth rate in the next decade. A detailed report on realizing AVGC XR sector potential in India was submitted to the Ministry of Information and Broadcasting recently. Briefing the media today on the AVGC Task Force report, Information and Broadcasting Secretary and Chairman of the Task Force, Apurva Chandra, expressed hope that India has the potential to become a world leader in the sector as was witnessed in the IT sector.
AVGC सेक्टर है, इस पे लगभग 1,85,000 लोग कार्यरत हैं। तो अगले एक दशक में 20 लाख से अधिक नए जॉब्स के अवसर इसमें हम क्रिएट कर पाएंगे, जैसे जैसे हम AVGC को बढ़ावा देंगे।
Listing out some of the recommendations of the report, he said a national AVGC XR mission to be set up for integrated promotion and growth of the AVGC sector. He said Create in India campaign will be launched with exclusive focus on content creation in the country. On this occasion, Higher Education Secretary K. Sanjay Murthy said talent exists at all levels in the country and the industry can collaborate with educational institutions to prepare the students for this sector. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle @AIR News Alerts. Welcome back. Pushpa Kamal Dahal was sworn in as the Prime Minister of Nepal for the third time today. The 68-year-old CPN Maoist Centre chairman was appointed as the country's new Prime Minister by President Vidya Devi Bhandari yesterday after he submitted a letter showing the support of 169 members in the 275-member House of Representatives. Our correspondent has the details.
President of Nepal, Vidya Devi Bhandari, administered the oath of office and secrecy to Prime Minister as well as 8 Council of Ministers today in Kathmandu. The oath of office and secrecy was taken in special ceremony held at the President's office, Sheetal Niwas. Vishnu Paudel took an oath of office and secrecy as Deputy Prime Minister and Finance Minister, Narayan Kaji Shrestha as Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Physical Infrastructure and Transport, and Rabi Lamchane took oath as Deputy Prime Minister Minister and Minister of Home Affairs. Damodar Bhandari, Jwala Kumari Sah, Rajendra Rai and Abdul Khan took an oath to office and secrecy without portfolios. Shweta Singh for All India Radio, Kathmandu.
India and Bangladesh have signed a contract for the upgradation of the Mongla port in Dhaka. The project is being taken up under India's concessional line of credit of $4.5 billion to the neighbouring country. The project will boost the revenue generation and improve the sub-regional connectivity, trade, commerce and accelerate growth of the entire region. High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, Pranay Verma, attended the event. Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur slammed Congress leader Rahul Gandhi for his remark that China and Pakistan could attack India jointly. Talking to media persons in Bhopal, the Union Minister said Mr. Gandhi is probably still living in the era of 1962.
क्या राहुल गांधी जी को भारत की सेना पर विश्वास नहीं है? मैं याद करवाना चाहता हूं, यह वही भारत की सेना के जवान हैं जिन्होंने सर्जिकल स्ट्राइक करके आतंकवाद की जड़ पे स्ट्राइक की, बालाकोट स्ट्राइक की और डोकलाम में भी अतिक्रमण करने वालों को मुंहतोड़ जवाब देने का काम किया। मैं स्पष्ट करना चाहता हूं, भारत की सेना मजबूत है, किसी भी स्थिति में भारत की रक्षा सुरक्षा के लिए तत्पर तैयार है।
India Meteorological Department or IMD has said the cold wave conditions will continue in northern India till Thursday. Talking to AIR News, IMD Director General Dr. Mrityunjay Mahapatra said the dense fog conditions prevailing in parts of Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and other parts of the country will continue for the next 2 days.
The cold wave conditions are prevailing over some parts of northwest India. Temperatures are about 3 to 7 degrees Celsius in different parts and 4 to 6 degrees Celsius below normal. These cold to severe cold wave conditions over northwest India will continue till 29. Thereafter, temperature will rise and cold wave conditions will abate. So towards the new year, the temperature will be near normal.
In Rajasthan, normal life has been affected in several districts due to cold wave. Our correspondent has the details.
The lowest temperature of this season has been recorded at many places in the last 24 hours. The minimum temperature was recorded minus 1.5 degrees Celsius in Fatehpur of Sika district, while Churu recorded 0 degrees Celsius. The night temperature was recorded below 5 degrees Celsius at Bhilwara, Alwar, Chittorgarh, Bikaner, Sriganganagar, Dholpur, Nagaur, Bara and Siroi districts. The Met Department has issued an orange alert for dense fog and severe cold waves in Sriganganagar, Hanumangarh and Churu for the next 24 hours. Jitendra Dwivedi, AIR News, Jaipur.
In Jammu and Kashmir, Mata Vaishno Devi Shrine Board has taken various measures to tackle heavy rush of pilgrims and avoid any untoward incident. The board also issued guidelines for strict adherence to the COVID-19 guidelines as a precautionary measure. Talking to media, board's Chief Executive Officer Anshul Garg said the enforcement teams are being deployed at the Bhavan from 30th December to 2nd of January to keep an eye on the number of pilgrims to avoid crowding. The Sensex at the Bombay Stock Exchange and the Nifty at the National Stock Exchange today posted gains of more than 1%. The Sensex climbed 721 points to close at 60,566. The Nifty also rose 208 points to settle at 18,015. As a part of our year-ender series, the News Services Division of All India Radio tonight brings an exclusive interview of Mr. Atul Kumar Tiwari, Secretary in the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, on various initiatives and achievements of the ministry. The interview can be heard on FM Gold channel from 9:15 p.m. onwards in Spotlight. Pugilist Nikhat Zareen won her maiden Women's National Boxing Championships title in 50 kg category in Bhopal today. The reigning world champion defeated Anamika of Railways 4-1 in the summit clash. Manisha of Haryana clinched the title in 57 kg category. The winners received the award from Union Sports Minister Anurag Singh Thakur. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says India needs to break free from narrow views of past to achieve heights of success, takes part in Veer Bal Diwas event in New Delhi. Union Health Minister Dr. Mansukh Mandaviya urges doctors to provide accurate information on COVID-19 to allay fears of public and prevent infodemic. Government says animation, visual effects, gaming and comic sector to provide employment to over 20 lakh people in next 10 years. Pushpa Kamal Dahal takes oath as Prime Minister of Nepal. IMD predicts severe cold wave conditions to continue in northern India till Thursday And pugilist Nikhat Zareen wins maiden women's National Boxing Championships title in Bhopal. That is all in the news at 9. Good night.